Picked up by Andre from three-quarters court, and he hit it! He had his eyes on the prize and let it fly!
All right, what's going on, all you Tanndemoniums? It is I, Brian Tan, host of the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live here exclusively on Twitch, as we do every Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media, proud member of the Vendetta Sports Media Podcasting Network. Now, the intro was a liar this week because Jackson Law got the streppy. He's got the strep throat.
Unbelievable. How many times is that guy sick? Can we just bring that up?
I think it's the water in Arkansas that it's that Arkansanian water.
Yeah, I blame Arkansas too. Unbelievable. Jackson Law. This guy's always sick.
Yeah. If Vendetta had sick leave, Jackson definitely would be over the limit of sick hours. But I blame
No,
the water.
that's not true. Unlimited vacation days for Jackson Law.
Oh, okay. Well, then that works then. Well, I still blame the water and the air of Arkansas. That is why Jackson is always – well, that and he's also a ginger.
I'm going to wear it this way.
Oh, he carries strep, so it pops up a lot. Gotcha.
Unbelievable.
Gotcha. That's
rooted in the system.
Dude, the healthcare system in Arkansas sucks. So joining me today is the boss man himself. He's a hockey guy. He's a soccer guy. He's the guy that owns the whole damn company. The man, the myth, the legend behind Vendetta, because he's a vindictive sumbitch, Trey Daubert.
Yeah, I guess that's me. It's been a long the water in the air suck. It's been a long couple months.
Yeah. It really
I'm ready to talk basketball and hockey today, though.
So that's what's going on. You know, the NBA, the NFL draft is come and gone. It's really, really sort of settling down. Everything's settling in. We're getting ready for OTAs, but hockey and basketball are in full playoff mode. And Trey, I'll tell you the truth, I'm feeling a little bit of the fever. The fever is getting in on me. We some of the big stories that are coming out of the playoffs right about now isn't even stuff that happened on the court. Chris Paul's family being harassed by some nudnik and his mom in Dallas. Now, Trey, walk with me on this little road here that I'm on.
Okay.
I think that every time something like this happens, let's not kick the people out. Let's not kick these offenders out. But like if it's a family member of an NBA player, then they should seriously get the Monopoly get out of jail free card to pull a Ron Artest on these people. Are you on board with me on that?
So you think it should be written into their contracts? Like maybe go to the Players Association and be like, hey, listen, we get one fan fight a year.
Yes.
One fan fight a year.
Yes. But then now that makes it exciting. That's like a WWE Elimination Chamber / Royal Rumble type bit of excitement right there. Because you never know when it's going to happen. You know it's not going to happen in October.
One fan a month. One fan a month's a lot.
One fan per month. Wow.
There's a lot of players on the roster.
Dude, that would mean then that Russell Westbrook would be in at least one fight a month.
Oh, he'd be in jail at this point.
Season. Throughout the entire – matter of fact, I bet you Russell Westbrook would be trying to buy other people's one fan a month fight day.
Probably. I wish I could buy his so I could fight him. I'd love to fight him.
I mean, I really think that should be a thing because you look at it right now. Some of the Dallas Mavericks have released a statement that said that the family are only going to be banned from the Delta Center until 2023. So 7 months, 8 months, and they're back. Now, and they're trying to say that they were trying to quote, it was like an unwanted hugging. So this guy, now, did you see the video of them escorting the kid and his
No,
mom
I
out?
didn't see it.
Yeah,
I've
it's
read
really.
about it. I didn't see it.
Oh, no collaborative effort. The team chooses the fan and the player as the champion. So if it's basketball, then if there's some drunk, unruly fans that are like starting something, then maybe you let that be like entertainment for the timeout or entertainment during halftime.
If we can do this for Russell Westbrook, I'll do it right now.
Yo, I'll tell you what though. Now Chris Paul is about 6'1", about 180. He's
Yeah,
a
he's a little bit put together.
Yeah, he's a finely tuned athlete. Now, me, I'm about 5'8", 5'9". I'm sitting about the 220, 230 range. I'm more. I have a bit more girth on me than not Russell Westbrook, than Chris Paul. But when I saw that look in Chris Paul's face, where he told that guy that they were kicking out, "I'll see you," I was almost scared for that kid, almost, because it's like, look, you deserve an ass whooping, but what Chris Paul is about ready to put on you, ooh,
And that guy cares too, right? Like,
yeah,
he's 37. He's
yeah,
staying in great shape.
absolutely, and he's got his mom and his wife there. He's not like his family should be able to come to the game, enjoy the game, without being harassed. I wrote an article about this last year with Rasheem Mossart when he was with the 49ers and he got hurt and the fans are threatening his wife. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people?
Soccer
boppers. Wow. Or better yet, put them in
bad idea.
what are those inflatable sphere things that do you have those at your mall where you go, it's like you get into these inflatable circles and then you just charge into each other. You're like, it's almost like wearing the sumo suit, only you're in like the little blow up hamster ball. But see, I actually
we
no,
used to get a bouncy house every year for my birthday when I was a little kid.
and just fight in the bouncy house.
Yeah,
that would be good too. Like, I would seriously I would probably pick Shaq to be my champion and just send him into the bouncy house to like beat up somebody.
Yeah, I like that move.
I think that would be fun.
He should fight Rudy Gobert right now because Rudy Gobert said he can kick his ass.
Settle down, Frenchie. I don't think you're besting Shaq Diesel anytime soon, Frenchie. Calm down. But then again, man, Rudy Gobert is the greatest defensive player in all of sports in all of time. He shut down the entire world with one press conference. So you know what? Maybe Rudy has something to say about that. If Shaq were in his prime, he would definitely be making Rudy Gobert his plaything.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert would definitely be like a Fisher Price toy, and Shaq would just be scoring on him at all times. It would actually be like that movie, The Toy, where like the little kid is like boxing with the robot, and then the robot just bricks Richard Pryor in the nuts. And of course, my dog is trying to bite at her toy, and she's getting my leg. She almost got kicked through a wall, because that happens. Sometimes that has to happen. So let me ask you this then: what are your thoughts on these people only getting a couple of months banned from the Delta Center? You've as a fan and as a sports media guy, what do you think of that? Is that too harsh, too little?
I don't know. You want to up the penalty? Up the penalty. I don't know. Should he be thrown out forever? I don't know. I don't make the rules.
I think it depends. I seriously think that it depends on exactly what they were doing and how they were.
Yeah, I barely even saw it.
Right, because
like
the one video clip that I saw on Twitter was only about a minute, and it's literally like just the kid being escorted out, looking all butthurt and crying, and Chris Paul saying, "I'm gonna see you." Like, that's literally all I saw. So, I mean, it's not like they were like beating them up, but I mean, they're saying they were being harassed, and but is it part of a larger issue that we're starting to see in sports, specifically in the NBA? Because of all the major sports, the NBA is the closest proximity that fans have to players. In baseball, they've got the net around the first and third baseline and behind home plate. And it's kind of difficult to get close to the players because it's also a good, 10 feet from seats to base. Yeah, so
I don't exactly know. I just know
they're not releasing a lot of information. First, they're saying that it was assault, and then they were saying that it was unwanted hugging, and then it was just like harassment. So it started from harassment. Now the hugging thing is being said. So I really don't even know. Like, I'm pretty sure that the full story is probably going to come out. I guarantee you, from the looks of the kid and his mom, I'm pretty sure they're going to be on Fox News giving their account of what happened. Probably the kid probably would hang out with Kyle Rittenhouse at one point. You never know. They look like they could be friends, though. They have that. He had that. He really had that look because you figure you're in Dallas and you're sitting near courtside. So you know they've got money. And the way the kid was acting and looking, because they said that he was drunk and was acting a fool. So this is a kid that probably just turned 21. He's not used to people telling him to stop. So, but he's doing his, that's what it's sounding like and looking like.
It's the social media thing, right? These people, they're really tough behind the screens. And now it's starting to carry over. Well, I can say all these things online, so why can't I say them in person? And then
right. And then they figure, well, if that person touches me, I'll just sue. And and Mike Tyson said it right. A lot of folks talk like you've never been punched in the face before.
Yep.
And a lot of people, they get on social media and they get on these, like the Mike Tyson incident on the airplane, where that, Mike took the picture with the guy, was being nice, and the guy was drinking and kept messing with him, and Mike just had to let him know. But, it wasn't the kid, it was someone with them. Well, then choose your friends better, my dude. Seriously. But so the whole point that I'm making is that we're seeing this a lot more in the NBA at this point. Oh, he did? Well, all right, GOAT person, if you can find it, or no, that's not Garrett. Sorry. You know what? Find it and link it in the chat. If you see his post on Instagram, because I want to inspect that a little bit as well.
It might be an NBA problem too.
I think it is an NBA problem, but I think it's definitely become an NBA problem. This is the point that I was starting to make before I got sidetracked. The NBA, that is the closest proximity of players to fans. In football, it's real difficult to get onto the field to that level.
Some of these seats are like 5 inches from the
right. Like down. You're right there. Like you're literally like you are close enough that you can just reach out and graciously rub your middle finger against the back of the
And they'll never change it because they make so much money from those seats.
They really do. But do you think maybe now it's getting to a point that they might have to put up some sort of barrier like in hockey?
I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think so?
No. They make too much money from those seats.
All right, so of course me, you know what? I'm just going to let Garrett do his job. I'm going to pull that. I'm actually going to click that from my phone. I'm going to look at this here. So apparently the kid posted. All right. Hold on one second.
Does Garrett have any thoughts? Garrett
I don't know. Yeah, Garrett, do you have any thoughts on this? So apparently they cut the dude's name out on purpose. So this was courtesy of Bibbs at Bibbs Corner on the Twitter. He cut the kid's name out on purpose. And so it's saying here that the kid says here, I brought 2 gentlemen down that I had met because they wanted to see the last 6 minutes of the game. That was a mistake. One of those gentlemen apparently grabbed CP3's mother. The video of me is me getting escorted out because I brought them down to our seats. I should not have done that, and I apologize to the Mavericks and to anyone who saw do that, as well as y'all's Suns fans. All right, number one, who saw? Like, obviously this kid didn't pass any sort of like language arts classes. So that's issue number one that I have. So basically, Garrett, Headband Garrett, this kid brought some buddies down to their seats. And now these 2 clowns called themselves messing around with CP3's mom. What's your take on this? Do you think CP3 should be allowed to call on Sparta and just start laying the smackdown on some of these people?
I'm kind of shocked that he didn't just like hop the bench right there and just beat that kid's ass. Like if someone's messing with my mom and my wife and I'm at a sporting event, I don't care if it's game 7 of the finals. Like if I got trust in my team to be back next year, I'm going to beat that kid's ass. There is no shot they're gonna mess with my family like that and not get some repercussions.
Well, not to mention the fact that he had already fouled out, so it's not like he had to go back to the
Oh,
game.
so that doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like, it's really not like he could go. He had to get back into the game because I believe that was he had fouled out at this point, if I recall correctly. So
I just can't decide if I love or hate Garrett's fan.
I've got the same fan.
Really?
It's not nice. I like it.
I've got that same ceiling fan. I really do. So
That's awesome.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate Garrett's taste in ceiling fan fixtures.
My grandparents' taste in ceiling fans.
Oh, it's your grandparents' ceiling
yeah,
fan.
I'm in Florida right now visiting my grandparents and my dad.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out how to link this thing, but it's not working.
It's okay. I'm tired of these idiots. What's the next topic?
Yeah. So all right. So let's talk about what's going on with the NBA playoffs right now. How are you feeling about the overall product? Because I got to watch some of the Milwaukee Boston game, and there was a lot of there were a lot of instances where people were kind of pissed off about some no calls being made. But wow.
I'm contemplating doing this article. I don't think I can because I don't think I have like enough information to feel good about posting it. I think it's been a bad product. I think the NBA right now is a bad product. I mean, let's talk about some of these foul calls. Like they sit there and spend like 10 minutes reviewing these flagrant fouls that are nothing. Like nobody thinks half of these flagrant fouls are dirty plays. Nobody thinks that. And they review these calls like the guy's gotten murdered, like the guy lost an arm. Like, what are we doing? And then at the end of the Celtics-Bucks game, that was clearly a shooting foul. Marcus Smart should have been shooting 3. And they're like, you know what? Let's not get together. But like we've been reviewing these flagrant foul calls forever. But like 4 seconds left, game on the line. We don't know if it's a 2-shot or 3-shot foul. We already called the foul, and they don't take a second to get it right. It's insane.
I'll tell you the truth, like, because I remember
bad product NBA.
Yeah, so I'm assuming in the NHL playoffs are a far superior product at this point.
I think so. I think it's been a way better product. Some of these hits in these NHL games, and they're like clean hits. You're like, whoa, every like 15 seconds somebody's getting laid out.
Yeah, it's been the series have been very, very physical. I know I've been paying attention to the Pens Rangers series, and I'll tell you the truth, the speed and the physicality of that game, and they've even been mentioning, the refs are swallowing the whistles at this point.
They are,
and I'll tell you the truth.
One of the games, Evgeny Malkin, he laid somebody out for that game-winning goal. That puck came back.
Yeah, and that's classic Gino right there.
Yeah.
Because Gino ain't been doing that
well, we don't know which Gino's going to show up, but the good Gino's a good Gino.
Right. Well, this is what I've been saying. I believe I said this last week, but I said this. I even said this to Mrs. Tan because she's a big hockey fan. She loves hockey. I'm saying that no matter what happens this playoff series, if the Pens win it tomorrow and go to the next round, should the NBA put up a barrier along the baselines and allow checking? I would not be against an arch rival style NBA product. I mean, it was like that in the 70s. Let's regress back.
Like all you got to do is literally fall over, and 50% of the time they'll probably call it for you.
Yeah,
they should put an over/under for how many times Luka Doncic hits the floor. It's at least 50 a game.
I'm so fed up with the flopping, and that's part of the reason why I don't even watch the NBA anymore. Because once flopping might as well be its own damn stat. It really, really should. I mean, because there's no way you could have flopped like this back in the mid to late 90s. No way.
No.
As soon as you flop to the ground, someone's probably going to step on you to get
But
down
the
the
worst
court.
thing is they keep encouraging people to do it because if you lay there long enough, they'll review it for a flagrant foul call, and you might even get an extra free throw out of it. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's a shitty product.
I'm not a fan. I mean, for a league that's so like pro players, they're really taking it to the opposite end.
I really want to know the over-under for how much time they spend sitting there reviewing these flagrant foul calls per playoff game. I really want to know the time because I swear there was one playoff game I watched. It was easily 25 total minutes. They're just reviewing these flagrant foul calls. It's nuts.
Yeah, there's no way that NBA playoff game should be going longer than like an MLB game. Like MLB is trying.
That guy's getting suspended. Like Dylan Brooks got suspended, and he barely hit him. Like I know Gary Payton got hurt, but like it wasn't really that dirty of a play.
Right. Now, what do you think of the Ja Morant foul? Like, was that?
I mean, it probably was a little bad, but I don't think it was egregious.
Yeah, I mean,
he probably did grab him for an extra second, maybe, but I don't think he was really, really trying to hurt him.
Right. It almost seems to me like basketball players, for as tough as a basketball player can be, this crop of basketball players are just real soft.
It's bad.
Soft and floppy. You know, like there's no way if AI could come back right now at his age and just dominate like mad, but he'd probably get.
Oh my god! If Kevin Garnett was in the middle of the court screaming like he used to, oh my god, people would just die and roll over.
Yeah, it's just unreal to me how soft the NBA product has gotten. It's just gotten worse and worse over the last. And that's like I said, that's why I quit watching. To be honest, like the only basketball player that I really seem to enjoy when I watch him is Giannis, because Giannis just like. He's just built different. It's like a linebacker driving the freaking lane.
The Celtics games I put on, but for the most part, the only time I do put it on is when there is not a hockey game on. Like if there's an intermission, I'll flip back to the NBA game.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't have it on.
Fair enough. So we've already said. So what are some of your other thoughts as far as? Well, because maybe Giannis. Maybe.
Have you seen some of those Celtics Bucks playoff games?
I watched a couple. I watched some of the game on Saturday.
Dude is legitimately like winging elbows, and he's just not getting called for anything. Like he's not just like posting up and like, all right, let me get my shot going. Like we'll see he is legitimately like throwing decks. Like it's insane how physical he is, and he gets away with it, which is he is.
I mean, well, from what I saw, I tell you what, man, I wouldn't want to guard him.
There was one he hit Robert Williams in the face. Like it was a straight hit in the face, and Robert Williams got called. It was like, what are we doing here?
How dare you get in the way of his elbow? Stop blocking his elbows with your face. That's a foul. That's almost like when you're a kid and you're playing ball with like your big brother or your older cousin, and you just call a foul on them because they actually did something right, but you call it on them because you fell. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, Giannis is at this point he's among the most high profile guys in the playoffs right now, other than Booker.
He knows it too at this point. He knows those are those respect calls that it's Giannis. It shouldn't have been his fault.
Well, he's definitely a well protected player.
Oh yeah,
I definitely, and I know for a fact. Honestly, I think that this time next year, if the Bucks make it to the finals again this year, I guarantee you his profile is higher than LeBron's and Durant's easily.
The karma gods are not on their side, though. The karma gods are not on their side. I think the karma gods are on the Celtics side.
You think so?
Let's think back to the regular season when the Milwaukee Bucks said, you know what, we're going to lose the last game of the regular season on purpose because we don't want to play the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. The Celtics won their game. They said, screw this, we'll play the Nets. Mm-hmm. Now the Bucks have forked over home court advantage.
There you go.
The Celtics have home 2 of the next 3 games.
Yep.
Karma gods.
Yeah.
Something to watch.
So you think the Celtics are going to eke this one out?
I think I got them in 7. I do.
You do? Okay.
They've been guarding Giannis pretty well. Like, Giannis is going to get his points. But Grant Williams is really doing a hell of a job. And I think Robert Williams is supposed to come back for the next game. Horford played out of his mind. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get that at all. But, I mean, they're guarding him really well.
Yep, there were some instances on the Saturday night game.
I love all this Horford positivity because next year they're going to try to get a third star, and it would only make sense to match his money. So the better he plays, thank you. Like, if he's viewed as, oh, we can like flip him for like Bradley Beal, Al Horford, and like a couple picks. That seems fair. Like, sure. Keep bringing all the positivity right now to Al Horford. I love all of it.
So from what I saw of that game on Saturday with the Bucks and the Celtics, it really definitely looked like the shot contesting, especially when Giannis is driving, they were contesting him hard. I mean, he was like they were not making it easy on him.
He's
that's
earning
the kind of
everything out there. He is earning everything,
and that's the kind of basketball I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's throwback.
They're great defensively, the Celtics. They play awesome defense. I think it's the best defense in the league.
You know, I'm not against that idea. I mean, well, they showed it playing against even without.
I don't think I've ever seen Kevin Durant look worse.
Well, and that's exactly what I was going to say. You figure with what they did with Durant and Kyrie Irving, they are an amazing defensive team. They are among the best because they literally made Kevin Durant look pedestrian at best. Kyrie wasn't even remotely a factor. And it was literally, I think that Kevin Durant, we might have to check your boy Kevin Durant for a hernia because he was carrying the whole damn team.
It's always why I hated Isaiah Thomas when Isaiah Thomas was going off for all these big performances. Like, dude, are you watching the games? He's 5'8". He can't guard anybody. And it doesn't matter because teams are just looking for switches on him and they're scoring anytime they want. Like, it doesn't matter how many times he's scoring. He's giving up that many on the defensive end. This defense is awesome.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I think that if the Celtics, from what I've seen and what I've been able to experience, if the Celtics get past here, I feel like they could probably be the team representing the East.
They might win it.
They could.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I think I deserve at least 5% credit though if they do win it.
You're always looking for your credit.
I sparked the team. Garrett can speak for it. I sparked the team. I wrote an article saying Jason Tatum needed to be slapped. Ever since then, they went on this crazy run. They had the best record in the league. And they're still going. It's insane.
How about this then? If the Celtics win, they should you have an argument to at least get your own ring.
I think so.
I mean, it's not going to be made out of the same material. It's going to be like sterling silver.
Our company Twitter account got shut down for a day because that idiot Joel tagged the Celtics in it. So I know they saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Joel, why'd you go and do that, Joel?
But I know they saw it. And what if it's like sparked a locker room conversation?
Tatum watched that, was like, I hate Trey Daubert. I'm just going to start dunking on people just to shut his ass up.
Yeah.
On dancing ass.
That's what I wanted. That was the whole goal.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We're at the 25-minute mark. We're going to take a break here. Brian Tann, joined by Trey Daubert. We're talking NBA. We're talking NHL. And anything and everything else, if you can come up with a topic in the comments, we'll probably end up talking about it. It's the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live here exclusively every Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. We'll see you in a minute.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. In case you hadn't heard, your favorite Renegade Sports Media Group has its own Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media to support our efforts to continuously bring you sports, gaming, and other media coverage as only we can. We've got 4 different membership tiers. For $3 a month, we'll give you a simple thank you on our Patreon site. For $6 a month, you get a thank you and you get to become a recruit in Jackson Law's Vendetta University Gaming Series. For $10 a month, you get everything from the previous tiers, a special thank you at the end of our videos, free access to our upcoming Discord chat, and a free koozie after 4 months And then the big dog, $50 a month, gets you everything from the previous tiers, as well as opportunities for Fantasy League invites, stream gaming, possible invites to mock NFL and NBA draft sessions, a once-a-month Google Hangout, and after 4 months, a free t-shirt. Yeah! Go to patreon.com/Vendetta Sports Media and help us to improve our pledge to bring you the best sports, gaming, and other media coverage.
All right, we're back here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show. We're broadcasting live here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. So what's funny is during the break, the missus came in and started trying to give me a hard time because she thought that I was saying that I don't dance when I was saying that Jason Tatum was trash talking Trey Daubert. So she thought that she was putting me in my place, but really she sort of owned herself because she was all up in the Kool-Aid and didn't know the flavor. So that's a little bit of the behind the scenes on that one.
I'm sorry I didn't get the dance for you. I feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's all good. You know what? These things happen. It's not like, it's the only time I'm going to be getting married again, but, I'm sure there's other things that'll be happening that'll be fun. So taking a look at the NHL playoffs as we're looking at it right now. Matter of fact, the NHL draft lottery has been set. This is as of 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, Canadian.
So the Habs get them. I'll bring this up here. So let's have a little chat about
the
that.
good news is by tomorrow there's 4 hockey games on, so everything we say today is probably going to look hilariously wrong. So I can't wait for this.
Yeah. So the Habs got the number 1 pick. Now, so you got the Habs, the Devils, the Coyotes, the Kraken, the Flyers, the Jackets, Senators, and Wings. That's your top 8. Then you got the Sabres, the Ducks. Then you got so the Blue Jackets got 2 picks in the top 16. That's
for the Seth Jones trade.
Gotcha. You got the Islanders, who I hate more, who I just cannot stand. I think I hate the Islanders more than I hate the Rangers. I don't know why. Oh, because in one of the NHL games, I got drafted by the Rangers, so I guess I can't hate them too much, but I can't hate the Islanders. Sorry, Ralph Macchio. And then you got the Winnipeg Jets, the Vancouver Canucks, and then the Buffalo Sabres again via their trade with the Golden Knights. So yeah. It's a nice little shape up over here, So give me an idea of what you're thinking the NHL draft is going to look like. Who's probably going to be coming off the board at that number 1 overall pick?
Apparently, there's this not McDavid level prospect, but somewhere a little bit below it, named Shane Wright, who's supposed to be really good. I'm not going to pretend that I watch overseas hockey, so I have no idea if the guy is good, but the streets are saying that guy's really good.
All right, that's all right. So, do you see this draft class going to shake the world apart in any way, shape, or form? You already just said that this Shane kid is like a step below Connor McDavid. Is there anyone that you foresee being the hockey guy that's really going to set this world on fire? Or is this sort of a ho-hum draft?
We'll see. I mean, the biggest thing is half of those picks will probably get traded. Another half will probably stink. There'll be 5 to 10 guys in the top half the first round that'll make it. Some will be better than others, and that's probably how it'll go.
Fair enough.
I don't know a ton of the prospects right now. I haven't looked at any of the draft stuff. I just know the number 1 pick is supposed to be Shane Wright.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at so as you mentioned, the games that are coming out tonight. 4 games tonight. Game 5, Bruins and Hurricanes. That's actually probably just dropped as we're at 5 minutes past.
I know. I'm ready to watch the games.
Fine. Then I guess we'll maybe the show will run a little bit shorter.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. Where's my respect for calling that one? I wrote an article like 5 months ago being like, Cale Makar is the best defenseman the NHL has ever seen. Now everyone blows the guy. I don't understand. I
guess that's just what happens when you when you're Nostradamus. No one gives a shit.
Disrespect.
No one cares if you're Nostradamus. And that sucks because you know what though, that's the way social media is though. You get the thing said and people forget all about it because they're jumping on that
They
bandwagon
only
like it's
care
a
if
ride
you're
in the
really
park.
wrong. If they're really wrong, you're held accountable.
It's my respect and I want it now. I can actually hear Trey screaming that too.
Yeah.
What I'm really a big fan of right now is that all the games tonight, Game 5, and the series are all tied 2 apiece. I'm really, really enjoying that. I really am.
There's some great hockey right now.
Yeah, we
We
got
can
the
talk about
Bruins.
any of them. I don't care. Whatever direction you want to go.
All right, so we got the Bruins playing the Canes tonight. What do you think that game is going to look like? Who do you think is coming out on top? Who's winning the series?
I had a hard time picking this one.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with my guns. I think Carolina will survive in 7 games. The Bruins get Charlie McAvoy back tonight, which is really good for them. Carolina's defense is already better. I don't think they could have survived 2 consecutive nights without him. It's just weird because Bruce Cassidy all year said, hey, we got to split up the perfection line. We got to create more than one line that can score. They did it all year. We're okay. They got hammered the first 2 games of the year. They said, well, we're going back to the perfection line with Pasternak, Marchand, and Bergeron. They kicked the teeth out of Carolina the last 2 games. So we're going to see what happens tonight. I think the Canes are the better team, but there's just something about when Pasternak's putting goals in the net. They're tough. I mean, when he's really finding the net, they're hard to beat. And they're pricks, too. Like, you don't want to mess with Marchand. Like,
Brad Marchand is about a demon. He's a demon on skates. I can't stand the guy, but you know what? I like him more than I like Tom Wilson. So
he's so annoying and he's so good and he just pisses you off the whole time and they wear on you, those guys.
Unless he's on your team, then you love everything he has to do. I remember when the Penguins had a guy by the name of Brooks Orpik, and everyone outside of Pittsburgh hated Brooks Orpik.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, because those are the guys you want on your team because those are the guys that, number one, they keep your star players protected, and they're so good it pisses you off because you just want to see them get hit all the time.
I'm really curious how the goaltending is going to go. I don't trust Antti Ranta. I hope that Freddie Anderson can be healthy for like a Game 7. The Swayman kid for Boston is just so much better than Ullmark. I don't know what Cassidy was thinking, being like, we're going to start Ullmark the first 2 games. They got killed both games. They go to Swayman, they win both games. So if you're Carolina, you really got to come up with a counter tonight. It's going to be interesting.
All right, let's take a look at now. So, crap, what did I do? There we are. So starting at 7:30, we got the Lightning and the Leafs. That series, once again, all these games are tied 2-2. And I'll tell you the truth, the Maple Leafs, for all the crap that they've gotten, and I know you've given them some crap.
How could you not?
Yeah, they've earned it. They've earned it in spades, but they got the series tied against the defending champs.
This Maple Leafs team's good. This is their most points ever in a season. It's technically their best team ever. Austin Matthews is going to put in like 80 one year. That guy is unbelievable. They're very good. It's just, I mean, this is a tough ask. Tampa Bay's a 2-time, probably Matthews will probably win it. They're 2-time champs for a reason. And I read an interesting article today that every time the Tampa Bay Lightning lose, they have like a 5 to 10 minute meeting about what went wrong. Like they actually take shit personal. Like they're a little bit psychotic. And every time the Lightning have lost a game, they've come back the next game and hammered them. So it's been blowouts every single game. Like no game has been close. Let's pull up the box score because these games haven't been remotely close ever. It's whoever comes out swinging, they're the ones that win the game. Game 1, Leafs 5-0. Game 2, Lightning 5-3, and it should have been like 5-1. They gave up like 2 goals in the last minute. Game 3, Leafs 5-2. Game 4, Lightning 7-3. Like they have been punches, haymakers. So who the hell knows what's coming?
I'll tell you what, that sounds like it's a real fun series. I'm gonna have to take a trip over there once we're done with the show.
Oh,
see
it's
what's
been
going on.
electric hockey. It's been especially the goaltenders. One night the guy looks like he belongs in the AHL. The next night he can't be stopped. It's back and forth.
That's actually that. You know what? That's sort of how I was looking at the this Penn series. But we'll talk about that later.
That one, I mean, I actually hate myself a little bit because all year I've been saying in the Slack channel, I fucking hate watching the Rangers. They stink. They're no good. I don't care who they play in the playoffs. They're getting beat. And then they got matched up with the Penguins, and I'm like, oh, I gotta pick them or a third string goalie. Shit.
And now this third string goalie, I guess that spicy pork and broccoli is really still working its wonders.
And I was like, well, I got to somehow convince myself that a third string goalie who's like been a nobody his whole career, he's already like 30 years old, is going to somehow outperform the guy that's going to win the goalie trophy this year. I can't do it.
Which he's been yanked twice in the last 2 games.
He's going to win the goalie trophy, and he's been horrible.
He's been absolute trash.
He hasn't had starts like that all year.
And this is the same guy who the only reason why I know who he is because he did the whole bye-bye the last time the Rangers spanked the Pens. And now it's like, yeah, bye-bye. You know, it's
unbelievable. It's I can't even fathom it. Like, okay,
you can't make this up.
I guess I'm wrong here. Like, well, technically,
whoa, what is the timestamp? 7:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trey Daubert admitted he was wrong.
But the problem was I had it right the whole time. Don't pick the Rangers, you fucking idiot. Watch them all the time, and they suck. They suck.
They find ways to drop it. They find ways to lose. And once again, here you are. Now, all I heard leading up to this series was how fast the Rangers are, how dangerous their power play is, how just complete
they do have a good power play.
They do have a good power play, but it hasn't been doing anything when you've got a team that can actually play.
The Penguins are a better hockey team than them.
They and I'll tell you what.
They are. And I knew it the second I picked the Rangers. It was somehow convincing myself that how the hell is this nobody going to outperform Shesterkin? You're on crack if you pick that. Well, here we are.
I guess crack is a good thing then. So let me ask you this: if the Pens make it to the next round, do you keep Domingue in, or do you put do you stick with the hot goalie?
Great question. That's a great question, because how could you trust Jari after last year's series with the Islanders?
Mrs. Tan hates Tristan Jarry with a passion.
Anytime good to start this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the last 2 months of the year, he sucked.
He just fell down. Yeah.
They were cold as hell entering the playoffs.
They really were. And I'll tell you the truth. I'm not the biggest Jarry fan. I'm really not, because I don't like that. Look, I understand that there are times, you have goalies have hot streaks. They have cold streaks. I get it. But me personally, I'm used to the old days of hockey. I'm used to the Tom Barrassos. I'm used to the Grant Bures. I'm used to those guys. I'm used to those guys that was their net. What was the backup there to do? Just in case they got hurt. That was it. And Jarry just has always seemed just so streaky to me. Like one night he'd pitch a shutout. The next night he's giving up 6-7 goals, and it's not even like remotely looking good. Like, I could go out there and do a better job. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that even if Jarry is ready to go game 1 of the next series, I think you keep Domingue in at least for that first game.
It probably also depends on how he looks the next couple of games.
Right. Yeah. If he shuts out
if they're squeaking by and he's giving up 4 and 5.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you think? So if he shuts out the Rangers tomorrow night?
Oh, if he pitches a shutout, you're absolutely starting him game 1.
That's what I'm thinking. I think even if we have a repeat performance of last night, so if the Pens win again, let's just say 5-2.
I'm so mad at myself.
You're mad at yourself.
I probably wouldn't have taken the Rangers if they played anybody else, because I hate them. I hate watching.
So if the Pens win 5-2 tomorrow, you still start him? You still start Domingue first round?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so Blues and Wild,
Oh,
9:30 tonight. Another series tied at 2.
Good luck.
I mean,
this is a total coin flip. That was at least my expectation before the series. I picked Wild in 7, only because they have home ice for Game 7. Both teams are pretty good. I just think the difference is the Wild have this guy, and he's a dude. Kirill Kaprizov. That guy's unbelievable. Like, the Blues just don't have a high-end star like that. Like, they have very good players, like Tarasenko can play, and O'Reilly, he's going to do his thing defensively, and he's going to chip in, but, like, they don't have a dude like that. So,
fair enough. I like it.
Well, they got Fleury's been chaotically good. There are moments he gives up like 2 in a row, or like, what the fuck is he doing? And then like he'll have a 40-minute stretch where one hasn't gone in, and you can't believe he hasn't let a goal in.
Fair enough. So finally, final game of the night, 10 p.m. start. Kings, Oilers, and not the Houston ones.
I'm rooting so hard for the Edmonton Oilers. They've been unbelievable since the coaching change. I know people hate this guy, but Evander Kane is fucking good at hockey. He just really is. He's unbelievable.
I know he's good at hockey. I even know who Evander Kane is, and he's never played for the Penguins.
He's turned their whole season around. Connor McDavid, the truth of the matter is he's unbelievable, but he doesn't have anybody he can trust. The second they put that guy on his line, they've been so tough. I mean, they've been tough. And 5th in point season.
5th in the postseason in points. Wow.
I don't know who you're referring to.
You talking about Edmonton? Oh, Kane. Kane is 5th.
Oh yeah, fantasy hockey hero Evander Kane, back to back.
I'll tell you.
I really hope they beat the Kings, because the Kings are just not as fun of a watch. Like, they got Deneau and he does his thing defensively, but watching McDavid and Draisaitl, they're like gods on the ice.
I'll tell you the truth, and I honestly, I really want to once I finish getting my master's, I'm seriously going to try really hard.
Bet for tonight: Carolina and Edmonton parlay.
Okay,
both got to win.
Okay,
so, that goes.
All right. So you saying Carolina and Edmonton? Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try to make more of a. I'm going to try to make more of a effort to get into the hockey next season.
It's great. Especially the Carolina game. Svechnikov, he laid Hampus Lindholm out so bad. It was a clean hit, total clean hit. He still hasn't come back to the series.
He done knocked his soul clear into the next stage.
Basically, like, his injury is he got killed.
That's like,
if you want to post that, it's probably been the best hit of the whole playoffs. Svechnikov hit on Hampus Lindholm. He got killed.
Let's see if I can.
Brendan Smith also got laid out too, but I think the Svechnikov one is great.
Okay, Hampus Lindholm injury. Bruins defensive men improving. Possible for Game 5. I don't know.
He's not playing today either.
All right, hold on. I think I found something. It's on the dreaded 4 letters.
You put that clip up and you tell me how the NBA is a better product. No chance.
All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta wait for this ad to stop because I'm not signed in. Because I know if I were signed into it, I wouldn't have to watch it. Hold on 1 second. I'm actually gonna. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, let me share my screen. Hopefully, we don't get into too much trouble. All right. Let's see here.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Oh, come on. Maybe there's going to be a replay.
Garrett, find it.
Huh?
Garrett's got the duties back there.
Yeah. All right, Garrett. Why don't you find a good one? Yeah. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? That's why you're here, Garrett. You're here to be the producer. Let's find that stuff. I'll tell you what, though. The one thing I love about hockey is that's the one thing that I've always loved about hockey is the fact that is the one sport where you could be just as physical, if not more physical, than any other professional sport.
It's great.
And it's encouraged. It's okay because it's all part of the game.
As long as you're never stops. Targeting the head or doing something real dirty.
Yep, you're still muted there, Spartacus.
I need that. I'm gonna share my screen.
Spartacus is a great show. I love that show.
I plan on watching. I just haven't had time.
Oh, it's great.
What the fuck? You guys keep going. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
He's a
I'm
mess.
glad we got the headband's permission to keep going, Trey.
Yeah,
What
of course.
are you talking about? See, the Hurricanes scored already.
Already, wow. So Hurricanes
Jacob's
up 1-0. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you, playoff hockey. There's really nothing like it. Nothing at all. I mean,
the signs are favoring Carolina.
I mean, NFL postseason is a good time, but there's just something about NHL postseason that no other sport is really able to compare. Now, if the NBA was still doing what it was doing back in the day, the NBA would have an argument. They would have a dog in the fight. Postseason baseball is just, it's colder.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. I actually think this might be a bad take. Mm-hmm. I think they should change the overtime and keep it the regular season 3-on-3 with the shootout for the overtime games.
I wouldn't mind that.
That would be electric to decide playoff games. 3-on-3, and then it goes into the shootout.
Now, what do they do now? They just go right to shootout?
No, right now it's just 5-on-5 until somebody scores.
Oh, the 5-on-5.
But you can get like 3, 4, 5 overtime games. Like those guys get tired.
Yeah, that's what happened with the what was it, game 2, where the Pens won in triple overtime.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
that's a lot of hockey. That wears you down.
I can imagine, because hockey don't stop. It just keeps going and going, and there is no, like in the NBA, where you just hold the ball and dribble it out for like a few seconds. You're just constantly going. Like, hockey is definitely the ultimate cardio sport. So
yeah, I think they should do the 3-on-3. Maybe people will disagree, but watching it during the regular season, oh my God, I have to turn it on regardless.
All right, here we are. Why don't you full screen it there, Chester? Damn! Dude, he knocked his soul back into his mother's womb.
Delivered, and the Bruins are good. Give the Hurricanes the opportunity. What a hit!
He seriously, yo.
He hasn't played. There's like nothing really wrong with him.
Clean hit on Hampus Lindholm.
And then he tried to help him up, but he still went that. Damn.
Doesn't come high. His shoulder is low enough.
Yeah, that was a clean hit. That was clean.
Yeah. Clean hit. He hasn't played yet.
Perfectly thrown. Clean body.
Yo, I'll tell you what. Like I said, he done knocked him back to his mama's womb. He is just, wow. So what are they saying? It's an upper body injury? And that's all they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knocked his heart out of his chest. That's what he did. Damn. All right, so we're gonna take our final break. So we've got Trey's takes on the NHL. We've got his picks. Let's look at what we got going on tomorrow. We're gonna look at what's going to be coming on tomorrow night. We're gonna be looking at May 11th and May 12th. Well, actually, let's look at May 11th, and then we'll go from there. I think at this point we might as well just keep a pin in the NBA at this point, because the product. I mean, the product is so stale. It's flop happy. Leave it go.
I
agree.
stinks.
It stinks. All right, we're going to be back for the final segment of the Tanndemonium Sports Show. We're going to continue our NHL talk with the hockey guy Trey Daubert. We're live on Twitch every Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you have a Twitch account. Follow Vendetta Sports Media on Twitch and get notified whenever we go live. We'll be right back for our final installment.
The following broadcast is brought to you in association by XP Coffee Company. XP Coffee Company is the fresh brewed coffee made for gamers by gamers. Get amazing flavors like Choco Loco in 8, 12, or 16-ounce bags. Or level up and get Illusion, Isolation, Nightmare, or the Majestic Throne blends in light, medium, or dark roast in whole bean, coarse French press, drip, or fine espresso in 12-ounce, 16-ounce, or 2-pound bags. Wow! Shipping worldwide. If you're in the U.S., go to usa.xpcoffee.co. If you're in Europe or in the UK, go to www.xpcoffee.co. XP Coffee Company. For gamers, by gamers.
All right, we're back for a final segment here on the Tanndemonium Sports Show, broadcasting live here exclusively every Tuesday evening, 6:30 p.m. on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Vendetta Sports Media. All right, Trey, tomorrow night, another 4 slew of games. We're going to start on, where is it at? All right, so tomorrow's Pens, Rangers, back at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of sports. The only real good thing about Madison Square Garden when it comes to any of their indoor sports at this point, because the Knicks stink it up. Then you got the Rangers there too. Pens are up 3-1. What's your prediction? You know what? We don't. That's a good question. Well, apparently Jackson's going to be doing a Vendetta U when.
I don't have Boo anymore. No, she's gone. But we do have some new graphic people.
Yeah. Well, Jackson said that he's going to probably do a Vendetta U when the NCAA, the EA NCAA comes out.
Oh, man. Eggplant emoji.
So I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing that. I think that's the only
awesome.
reason. That's the only reason why I haven't changed it. That's the only reason why I haven't recorded a new one.
Okay.
Because when Jackson did, I figured that that's what he was going to do. So, and now he has to. Because I said,
what were we talking about? I don't even remember.
No, he was Chad asked if we still had a Vendetta U.
Yeah, but before that.
Things. Yeah. Oh, no. So we were getting ready to talk about, Pens, Rangers tomorrow night.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Me and Garrett are heroes.
Are you?
We sent a high school student to Madison Square Garden.
Nice. You know what, Chad? Then you do one. You do a new one, Chad. Chad.
I got 6 interviews coming up tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get some good video people for you guys to do video game stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool. And then maybe I can get some stuff and start changing the bumpers out. Maybe it's also just one part that I haven't been up on the bumper thing. I don't know, Chad. Every time I think your name, that's how it sounds in my head. See, I would like to go to Madison Square Garden, but I only want to go to Madison Square Garden for like a WWE event. I don't want to go for a basketball or a hockey because I'm not that much of a Rangers fan that I would want to go there, and I'm not a Knick fan.
Yeah, Garrett had media passes.
Nice. Sophie's all we got. Sophie's all we need. I'm pretty sure Sophie will disagree with you when all the workload just starts piling on her desk. Chad.
No, she keeps asking for more.
Oh, okay. Well, then fine. Get me some more stuff to make bumpers then. How about that? All right. So Pens Rangers tomorrow night, game 5. Rangers limping back home with a lot of disappointed fans. Apparently the New York media has really just melted down, and they are just like trying to run the Rangers out of town on a rail. What are your thoughts on that, Trey? We talked about it a little bit already. I don't
know where to go, like, because I think this series has broken my brain. Like, there was a stat for the last game that every single forward, every single defenseman on the Penguins had a higher expected goal rate than every single person on the Rangers the last game.
Wow.
That means even the fourth line guys outperformed every single player on the Rangers the last game. That happened statistically. I don't know if you bounce back from that. I'd like to think that the Rangers show up and Shesterkin can actually be the guy that we saw during the regular season. Because that guy, he didn't let up goals. Like, you weren't getting more than 2 by him any night. So if they have any heart, they'll find a way to win. But at this point, I mean, it's tough winning 3 straight. So I guess I'll go. I don't know, Penguins in 6.
All right, fair enough. All right,
If
7:30.
they have any heart, they'll find a way to gut out Game 5.
Gotcha. All right, so
How are you going to go back-to-back nights where every single player on your team gets outperformed?
Oh man. So another Game 5 is going to be Capitals Panthers. That's going to be at 7:30 tomorrow night. Series tied 2 apiece. You know me, I'm not a Capitals fan. I can't stand them. Like, if that whole franchise disappeared tomorrow, I really wouldn't care. But I have no real feelings toward the Florida Panthers one way or the other. I think I got drafted by them in one NHL game.
You should be excited about the Florida Panthers.
Okay,
More people
why?
should be excited about the Florida Panthers.
Tell me why. Sell me on this.
The Florida Panthers had a plus 94 goal differential. Plus 94. They only play 82 games. So even in the games they lost, they were hammering people. They're the only team in 20 years to average more than 4 goals a game.
Wow.
They're on crack. It's a travesty if they lose in the first round. An absolute travesty. This team's loaded, and they should, and I hopefully think will, beat the Capitals in the first round.
You know what? That wouldn't make me sad either because Alexander
They won the
Ovechkin.
President's Trophy. They had more points than any team in the league. They had the best winning percentage of anybody.
Hey, okay. I'm
And they got
convinced.
really fun guys. Alexander Barkov's great. Jonathan Huberdeau's great. They got a lot of fun players. They're my favorite team to watch.
Oh, okay. All right, so then finally, tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m., another series that's tied 2-2, Game 5, Stars, Flames. The Dallas, former Minnesota North Stars.
Yeah, the Stars are so weird because there was a stat. It's like 3 guys have scored like 45% of their team's points. If they didn't have the Hintz, Robertson, and Pavelski line, they'd basically be one of the worst teams in the league. But those 3 guys are so goddamn good that if you just can't survive that storm, you're going to lose. So they're a scrappy 8 seed that when their top guys are out there, they make things difficult and they play pretty good defense, and they're always going to be a tough out. The Flames are the better team, but they're not that like different. The Flames are pretty one-line dominant. They have a little bit more depth, but they're kind of putting shit together in the back end. Like, they don't have any real star defenders, and Markstrom's had a pretty good year, but I think the Flames should win, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas somehow pulled it out.
Fair enough. I mean, I'll tell you what. This year's NHL product has just been really, really. It's been dominant. It's been fire.
There's
really
so
fire.
many good teams too. I think just from like watching it now to watching it as a kid, like the guys that are playing now, they would. Jeff Skinner scored 35 goals this year or something like that. He's considered a bad contract.
Wow.
Nobody wants that guy. He scored like 30. I don't know how many he scored. I know he scored more than 30, I think. That's a lot of goals. And he's considered bad. Like, the skill level right now is off the charts, stupid good. Like, I don't even know what a good goalie is anymore. These guys are letting up 4, and you're like, I think he actually did a good job. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, I remember back when I was a kid, man, most goalies, if you gave up 4 goals in a game, that wasn't a good thing at all.
These guys have unbelievable shots. Like, they're putting stuff in pockets that, like, you got to score in this little hole. Okay, we'll find it. Like, these guys are unbelievably talented.
I'll tell you what, that's the one thing for me.
They look like aliens. I don't even know how they move that way.
Hey, man, when you're conditioned, and with the way we have for sports diets and conditioning, it's otherworldly compared to what it was even 20 years ago. It's totally different.
I'm
guarantee
convinced Neil Makar is not a human.
I seriously think that you could probably take one of the worst of the NHL stars now, like among the worst, and put him in a time machine, take him about 22,
Oh my
23
God.
years,
I mean,
and he would be a freak of nature. He would be Tom Brady of the NHL back then in that time frame.
Just the way some of these guys skate, it's unbelievable.
I mean, the speed of the game is one of those things that's really, really shook me when I do get a chance to watch a game. Because, like I said, I used to watch all the sports and stuff, way back
Put
when.
an Oilers game on and watch 97. That guy, I don't know how he skates that fast. It's incredible. He probably skates faster than somebody can drive a car.
Wow. He must have grew up in Mystery, Alaska.
He's going 30 miles an hour, on skates.
Wow.
It's insane.
I'll tell you what, though. Hearing how excited you get for hockey, and then
it's so fun. I love it. I've watched one Red Sox game this year. One.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been playing MLB The Show 22. Does that count?
I think so. That means you're in a baseball spirit.
Yeah.
I've too much invested in hockey right now to not watch it.
I hear you. I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start getting into it. Maybe I'll start trying to get into this next round. I'll start getting. McDavid clocked at 29 miles an hour. Holy hell, dude! I swear, some of these guys must have the X gene. Some of these guys really must have the X gene.
That's faster than you can drive in some roads.
Dude, you cannot. That means that he is not allowed to skate at his fastest in a residential zone. He has to slow down in a residential zone. That is unreal.
Put on the Oilers tonight and just watch him. It's unbelievable. Right. You're convinced he's not human.
Okay, I'm gonna put it. You know what? Once the show is over, we're taking the dog out for a walk, and then we're gonna settle in.
It comes on at 10 o'clock.
I'm gonna put it on at 10 o'clock before bed. I'm gonna watch the first period, and I'm gonna because
you'll be blown away.
That is insane to me, though, that this guy really has to slow down his skate time because he's going to set off a police radar in a residential zone.
I just thought that point should be made because these guys didn't exist 10 years ago. The sport didn't have these guys. The way these guys are skating, it's like we've evolved into something else. We're going faster than you can go in a car on ice skates. That's not supposed to happen.
That's crazy. I wonder if Gordon Bombay ever coached him.
That's great. I love watching it.
All right, man. You've convinced me.
You're not sitting there waiting for a goal. These guys are putting pucks in the net.
See, I like having dominant goalies. I do like that. I like seeing goalies that pitch shutout.
It's just too hard anymore. And it's not like it's bad defense. Dudes are getting laid out. We saw some clips. Dudes are getting laid out. They're really trying to play defense, but they're putting pucks in such small areas that you don't have a chance. They're scoring.
I'm noticing the one thing that I really picked up on watching the game on Saturday. No one you don't know until it's already you'll be watching it and you're like, why the hell have they got their hands? Oh, he must have scored. Okay. And it's everyone just keeps going on. No one knows that they've scored.
Yeah.
But dude knows. He's yeah.
And I love the challenge rule. The NHL has nailed the challenge rule. If you challenge a play and you get it wrong, fuck you. The other team gets a 5-on-4 power play. It's great.
That's awesome. I like that.
You want to sit, waste our time? Fine. Fuck you. Power play, other team. It's fantastic.
Can you imagine if they did that in the NFL? If you challenge and got it wrong, you could only have 10 guys on the field.
This play, we're going 10-on-11.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes.
It'd be great.
For that one play, 10-on-11. That would be hilarious.
It'd be great.
I would definitely watch that.
Yeah.
I would definitely be on board with
I think they should do it NBA too. Okay. You challenged, got it wrong. 1 full minute, 5-on-4. Fuck you.
1 minute, 5-on-4. I love it. But you get to choose the player that sits. So it's
whoever commits the foul that you challenged.
Fair enough.
Sits out. See ya.
I like that. I think that's a good idea. They'll probably do something like that after LeBron retires because he'll cry about it. I'm sorry, man. I really tried to come around on LeBron. Now keep in mind,
No, I can't stand him.
I have not been a LeBron fan even from back when he was in high school, when he was first on the Sports Illustrated cover. Because at first it was like, man, who cares? And then, he's like, I watched some of his game and I'm like, you know what? It's only because he's bigger than, like, he's talented, but he's just bigger than everyone else. If he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the middle, he'd be screwed. If he had Shaq in his prime in the middle to have to drive through, he'd be screwed.
He struggled with Roy Hibbert.
Huh?
He struggled with Roy Hibbert.
Right. And then it became when he was like, oh, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Who cares? Like, why? You're not Michael Jordan. And then he started doing, some of the, he started getting in on some of the social justice stuff. And I was on board with that. And then he just went right back to being an insufferable douche.
I hate him. We could do a 3-hour show on why I hate LeBron. I just want to know why it's taken more than an hour to, like, I think I got a good outfit on for the show today. I mean, we're colorful. We got a reflective hat. I mean, I went all out here.
You know what? You did about. I mean, you're just like you're repping the Golden Knights, but then your shirt tells me that you're repping the Suns.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, see, I was lost on that reference.
Soccer team.
Yeah, that reference is totally lost on me. But I did pick up on the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
I did pick up on that.
We're very colorful today.
You're about bringing the 80s back, and I appreciate that about you. You were bringing back the 80s and 90s. As a matter of fact, if that shirt was made of plastic, you could say you were wearing your neon windbreaker.
Do I have thoughts on Holland to Man City? I mean, he's awesome. Those are my thoughts.
Next.
I mean, any team, it would have been like, hey, do you guys want like the 23-year-old version of Kevin Durant? Yes, we'll take him.
Yeah, I will gladly take that version of Kevin Durant. Oh, man.
That guy, what? He's awesome.
Again? So it's like adding him to Golden State again. Okay, fair enough. You know what, though? I'll tell you what, though, man. As great as, like, Durant is a freak of nature, but it'd be really, really nice if, I don't know, man. I almost want to call his leadership into question with how everything happened.
I hate that take.
You hate that take?
I love Durant.
I don't dislike him.
It's unfair to put this on Durant. I think it's so unfair to put this on Durant.
I mean, here's the thing, though. When you're brought in to be the star guy, though, that's what you ask for.
I think his GM screwed him. I totally think his GM screwed him. They're out there asking Blake Griffin to give him minutes off the bench. I mean, they could have easily beaten the Celtics. And I know Kyrie's he's a big-time front runner. So the second they lost game one, he probably shut it down. But if they have James Harden out there, they probably win.
See, I seriously, if I'm Kevin Durant,
James Harden's been pretty good the last 2 games for Philly.
I mean, I'll give him credit on that, but I mean, how often not though does James Harden just not show up? How often? Way more often.
He's way better than anything Kessler Edwards was giving him. Like, they had some bums out there. I still think Nick Claxton's out there shooting or missing free throws.
Yeah. Oh wow, Hurricanes are up 2-0 now in the first. 2:20 to go in the first.
D'Angelo, another one of my guys. I love D'Angelo.
Yep.
He was so pissed they lost game 4. He flung his stick at the end of the net.
Wow.
Like, with time remaining.
And puck is dropped lightning and Maple Leafs.
It's time to watch games.
What's that?
It's time to watch games. I even cooked today. Well, I prepped the meal today. I cut up some lamb chops.
Oh, wow.
2 full racks. Seasoned them. They're marinating in the fridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I had was leftover chicken thighs from last night's dinner. All right, you know what? So, with that being said,
ooh,
we're gonna let Trey get to his.
Do we have any final thoughts?
What's that?
Do we have any final thoughts?
Yeah. You know what? I'll give you. Why don't you go give me a final thought, and then I'll give my final thoughts, and then
I just want to know how Chad is being such a hater on my 1-arm pull-up.
That's a good question.
Chad's being a big time hater on my 1-arm pull up.
Chad,
It's technically a chin up. Well, you fucking do it then, Chad.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, are you able to do this, Chad? Is this something that you're able to do?
Fucking hater.
See,
my own guy's being a hater.
See, I'm excited that I'm doing 5 pull-ups. Now, I've never been able to do pull-ups before. Now I'm getting pull-ups, and I'm actually engaging my core, bringing my legs out, keeping the L shape, and I'm keeping my chin up, and I'm just holding it there.
I can't wait until we have the office. I'm going to set up the personal training stuff.
Nice.
Garrett's going to be my first client.
So yeah, so what we've established is that Chad is just a straight up hater.
He is a hater.
His beard sucks, and he's a hater. Shave your beard.
I didn't even comment on the Sophie video that was made
because he's a hater.
He's in it.
Oh, I did. Oh, I said you did better than I would do. He's still throwing hate, but I love that he
hated on my respect blog.
But it was a chin up, not a pull up.
He's a hater. He hated on the respect blog. He hated on the pull ups.
Chad, I'm just a victim of this. But
he's just freaking Chuck McGill. He's out to get me.
Oh God. So my final thought is this. Look, NBA, you might be a players' league, but you got to get your crap together. Got to get your crap together. You know, for a league that I grew up watching, when I see what it's devolved into, it's devolved into nothing but flops, missed calls, and the most exciting things that happen to the players' families out on the off court. And it's more exciting to wonder if the players are going to pull their own Ron Artest thing or not. So,
I think it's an article idea. Should the players be allowed one fan fight a year?
I think that's a good idea. And whoever writes that definitely has to give me credit because this was my idea. You know, I'm going to be like Trey. Where's my respect?
Fucking amen.
Yeah. I mean, some people might say, well, Brian Tan, why don't you write it? Because Brian Tan ain't got time. Brian Tan does what he does to make time, but you know what? It ain't easy right now. It's hard for a pimp these days. You got to recognize.
I'm putting plenty of man hours in. I'm posting stuff all the time.
Oh, I know you are. You're still.
I was going through the company emails today.
And I know.
We have there's just this one guy, and I swear, this might sound harsh, and hypothetically, I know, I wouldn't do this, but in a hypothetical world, he should almost be assassinated because he sends so many emails to the company account that it just wastes time deleting them, and it's so infuriating.
Wow. What's going on? So whatever happened to our? Because I noticed though the other day you took me out of the intern chat. You kicked me out of the intern chat
because you're not doing the draft anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I did say I'm not gonna.
I'm put you back in for when you have to have them take the test. But other than that,
that makes sense because after that whole debacle with my intern, I said, yeah, I'm done with this. This isn't.
The draft is coming back. The intern draft is coming back.
But I like to think that I was I like to think that I was a good sport about it because I still have my name. I haven't changed my name.
I said everyone can change it back.
Okay. I'm going to change my back. I actually had the one new guy hit me up just to introduce himself, and he goes, I love your name on there.
So, actually, I don't think you're supposed to use those pronouns for.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a hero.
The new person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I
actually that's going to be an announcement for Cheese. I don't know. I have the winner in mind. It may or may not be Chad. I haven't confirmed that yet.
All right, so I do apologize for assuming. I apologize for assuming gender and misappropriating pronoun. That's my bad. I will accept that L.
It's okay.
So the new individual that came in, pronouns to be inserted later. And I'm not just saying that to be facetious.
It is they, them pronouns.
All right. So when the new person came in, they let me know that they appreciated my nickname. So, no, yeah, HR with the misgender blunder. That's on me. But you know what? To be fair, I was not made aware of that there was. New person
feels like a good sport. Feels like a good sport. We're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah. But I do apologize for misgendering. I was not aware of that. I will make sure
Okay,
in the
Fox did
future.
the same thing, and he didn't correct him. Or I just made it. See, I just did it that time, so
Ow.
it's okay. We're all humans, you know.
We're all humans. We're all learning. It's a constant process of evolution.
I'm a hero. I hired Trey, so
you are a hero, and you were completely and utterly right. And you should be. And it's because of you that the Celtics are where they are right now.
I think it might be the case.
So, with that being said, make sure you guys follow Trey on the tweet machine. Was it at Trey Daubert?
Yep.
Make sure
you already scored.
Yep. At Trey Daubert on there. And then make sure you also follow Vendetta on the Twitter at media_Vendetta. And what is it right now? Oh, the Lightning are up 1-0. 14:30 left to go in the first period. Go to vendettasportsmedia.com where you can get all of our content. Make sure you also follow us all over on social media. Just search Vendetta Sports Media. You'll find us on there. It is all there. Like us on Facebook. All of our stuff is getting thrown up there as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe wherever you are finding us. If you have any ideas for shows that you want, send them to Trey. He'll listen. Come into the comment section during the live shows. And, hey, ask your questions there. If there's something that you feel that we should be talking about, something in the sports world you want us to address, bring it on. That's why I don't give Trey credit, because he takes credit. Wow. Chad, when you drink Haterade, do you piss hatred?
He's freaking Chuck McGill.
Oh, man. See, and I'm determined that that's not facial hair on Chad's face. That's just the hate materializing all around the facial region.
He's Chuck McGill. One of these days, he's going to catch me freaking saying something. He's going to record it and send me to fucking prison.
With that being said, that's Trey Daubert standing in for Jackson Law, who's down with strep throat thanks to the Arkansas air and water. Blueberry pomegranate haterade. Yeah, that sounds like a Chad drink to me as well. All right, so he's Trey Daubert and for Vendetta Sports Media. I'm Brian Tan. This is Tanndemonium Sports Show. We'll see you guys next week. We'll be talking round 2 of the NHL playoffs, and if I choose to maybe give credence to the NBA, but probably not. So we'll see you guys next week.